So we finally played Terminus on Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies. It was a 4-person squad, and for 2 of us, this was the first time we were even attempting the Easter egg. And let me tell you, we pretty much cooked it. Yes, there was ups and downs, but overall, coming from a past Call of Duty Zombies player, this felt pretty easy in comparison to the old zombie Easter eggs. Now, unfortunately, I discovered that if you're recording on PlayStation and you are on Discord party chat, it doesn't record the party chat. It only records your voice. I wasn't aware of this audio issue with Discord and PlayStation. Since one of our members plays on PC, we decided to hop on Discord, but I didn't think to check ahead of time to make sure that our chat was being recorded since we were on a new party. So unfortunately, I can't share all the funny conversations, because if you guys play with the squad, you already know that there are some funny conversations and funny moments that are had, which I would have loved to share here, because there was some pretty funny moments that I had. I'll just walk you through how we defeated the Easter egg on our first attempt. Like I said, 2 of us, this was our first time. The other 2 already completed the Easter egg, so the steps were known, and they were already high enough level to have things unlocked that made the playthrough much easier. As for me and Bryce, this was our first time running the Easter egg, but we're zombie veterans, so we held up our own. And I did watch the steps on how to complete the Easter egg and remembered some of them, so I helped when I could. Same old, but at the same time, I love the complicated steps. It's actually pretty fun that there's so many steps to remember, and once you do, it becomes very easy. Even if you just do it once, the second time you do it, you get much faster at it. But I appreciate that they still continue to keep those complicated steps, even if they did kind of modify it a bit to appeal to a more casual audience. Like I said before, it definitely doesn't feel as hard as the older ones, especially now that they've added these new mechanics. And the fact that you start off with a modified weapon instead of a pistol, you just pretty much feel overpowered already before the round even begins, versus starting with just a pistol and working your way up. Either way though, I helped out with whatever steps I remembered. Otherwise, I left it to Reckless Alpha, who said he's got the equation part, but I'm pretty sure he got PTSD and it reminded him of those school days.
Tony, are you sure I could just pay the $5,000?
Now, I was told I needed to shoot these antennas with my dead wire attachment. I thought it was odd that I could visually see both towers from this spot. However, I couldn't shoot them from here, so you have to run all the way to the other side in order to shoot it. It seemed a bit silly, and it didn't even seem that far of a distance. And I also forgot that there was a third-person mode. Zombies felt really weird in third person, not gonna lie. It kind of reminded me of Army of Two, which I missed that game. Shout out to that game, by the way. I joined my friend Bryce, and I pack-a-punched my weapon. Then we did a side Easter egg where we shoot the cannon and a ship falls into one of the islands and it drops us a whole bunch of loot. So I don't even know what the hell I'm picking up, but I just go over there and pick up whatever I think looks good. Then I hop on this boat and cover my teammates while they collect items and go around doing Easter egg steps. Then we eventually find our way back to the computer. I go ahead and enter the code that Reckless Alpha took forever to figure out, and we finally move on to the next step. However, for some reason after the code was entered, it wasn't letting me pick up the item, but we had to wait to the next round, and then Reckless Alpha was able to pick it up.
Wait, he's not even reaching like out, he's just stuck on the wall. Yeah, that was
Now, at one point, D Sleazy did go down while trying to do some of the Easter egg steps, and we were nowhere to be found. We were nowhere near him. Luckily, Reckless Alpha had a gobble gum and came in clutch. Ended up saving this run because he's the one who knew the Easter egg steps and had done this before, so it would have taken twice as long if he had actually full died and had to restart. Luckily, we all pushed through and we made it to Nathan, which is his mini boss in the middle of the Easter egg. And I was trying to throw a grenade here, but got locked in the animation and immediately got dumped. One and done. He pulled me in and I stood no chance. Now, I wish I actually had the chat audio recorded because this part was hilarious, especially watching Bryce here, because the stuff he was saying when I was spectating him and he was just continuously getting dumped was the funniest audio, and I was looking forward to rehearing that. But like I said at the beginning of the video, Discord chat will not record with PlayStation, at least that I know of. Luckily, D Sleazy was able to clutch up and defeat Nathan, which followed with this cool little cutscene. Now at this point, it was pretty much midnight, almost 1 in the morning. We were getting kind of tired, and Bryce and I were starting to goof off.
Go beat his ass.
We had to refocus because things were getting really intense, and surviving each round meant we had to focus up. We had to pretty much survive round after round, saving up our zombie essence and upgrading our weapons before going to the final boss fight. I finally upgraded my weapon to Pack-a-Punch 2, but that is not going to be enough, so I was raising my salvage. So I was checking my salvage here and then ran into this glitch where when you come out of it, you're stuck in third person mode, which really sucks because you can still take damage during that, so they definitely need to fix that. I finally upgraded to Pack-a-Punch 3, and as we're going to the boss, I realize I have enough salvage, so I upgrade my weapon to Legendary. Now I have a fully upgraded weapon at Pack 3 and ready to go for the boss fight. Now of course, before the boss fight, we get this cool little cutscene that introduces us to the actual boss, which I think is pretty cool. I actually like the design of this boss, he looks pretty sick. Now as for the actual boss fight itself, you have this little platform here where you pretty much go left and right. Coming from someone who's played a lot of solo Easter eggs from the older games, and then trying to bring friends along the ride and be like, hey man, you need to check out this Easter egg, let's do it together, I can definitely tell a difference between solo and squad play. When you're playing a full squad and trying to do an Easter egg, they ramp up the zombies. I feel like it's way more chaotic. Solo, it's a lot more controllable in my opinion. And this Easter egg fight was pretty chaotic because the back and forth, and then you can get stuck in situations like this when you're trying to revive zombies coming from the middle, from the sides, all while trying to fight the boss. Can be very, very chaotic in squads. We were all taking turns reviving each other and laying down damage on the boss, and we were able to defeat it. Maybe it's a good thing the chat audio wasn't recorded because we were going crazy. It was getting really loud and intense during this part. But we pulled through, and on our first try, we were able to defeat the Easter egg for Terminus. We got a cool little cutscene at the end to give us more of the story, and then it teleported us back to the map. At this point, we got all perks, we got a whole bunch of goodies. We decided we might as well end it on a good note and go for the exfil. Unfortunately, Bryce got lost in this big map.
Because we're in a boat. We're in the boat right now. We're physically in the boat.
Finally, we all grouped up, but it was too late, and literally as we were about to approach the exfil, we fell short of like a second. Oh well, we couldn't end it on a good note, but at least we did the Easter egg.
We were literally less than a second away. That's insane. Bryce, all you had to do was jump to the water.
All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.